if you're in a rut, it can probably be something, or your reason why you're in a rut, because of something that's going on or what you're doing in your life that is putting you in this rut that you got yourself in, this hole that you put yourself in. So when you switch things up, changing habits and doing things differently that can help you get out of the rut, it really help you change your perspective into life. Hi besties, this is You Against You podcast, and I'm your host, Deja Nicole. So in today's episode, this is season 3, episode number 28, I believe. I will be doing a life update plus how to get out of a little rut or long-term rut if you're in a rut. So yes, this is going to be an interesting but also kind of like a short little episode, just because I don't want to give y'all like a lot about a life update, but it has to do with my job, which I'm going to talk about. So before we get into this little life update and episode, yes, we're still in season 3. I don't know when I'm going to start season 4. I'm not ending my podcast. I will actually start being more consistent and will start posting on every Sundays after this episode. So maybe season 4 will be either late March, early April. So stay tuned for the big news about that. Now, a mental health checkup is that I have been stressed out very much because of my job, and I'm actually looking for a new job, which, to be honest, I really don't care about this job that I'm working at right now, just because one, is very stressful, two, it's not good for my health, three, the management is horrible, and I haven't been going to work for the past 2 days because of the weather, and it just made me realize how bad this job that I work at is very, very horrible. So I have been stressed out, tireless, very tired, have no motivation to do anything, not disciplined, all of that jazz. But yeah. Now, the quote of the day for today's episode, which all of my quote of the days, affirmation of today's, and journal prompt of today's episode will all and always be in the show notes down below. But today's quote is: the easy way won't bring you to the top. Neither will shortcuts. You have to be willing to undertake the entire journey if you want to reach the destinations you dream up. So with this, there's a lot of things that I want to do in life. Like, I'm writing my first novel, my debut novel called Forbidden Orders. I will have all of my information about that and where you can follow my author page all in the show notes. But I am almost done with the first draft finally, and I have been having a lack of motivation to even finish it just because of my job. But I have to realize that I started this, and me doing this is something that I really want to do. It's something that I always dreamed of doing, and also it's a journey that I enjoy doing. Now, the affirmation of the day is: I harness my potential to create an amazing chapter in my life. I feel like this chapter in my life has so many plot lines. I work at a job that I hate. I'm writing my first novel. I am single, and I will probably forever be single because I cannot care less of dating nowadays. Dating is very trash, it's very horrible. And also, I have so many hobbies to the point I don't know what to do with my life. But I want so many things in life. Like, I want to find ways to make multiple income streams of income in my life. Like, I want to start my business back up and rebrand it. Probably will start rebranding or planning to rebrand it either for later this year or early next year. Starting this spring is plan out my rebrand for my business. I want to have a bookstore slash coffee shop in the next 2 years, 2027, 2028. So I have to plan that, and there's so many things I want in my life, and I want this podcast to grow, but if I'm not consistent on this podcast, it's not going to grow. And then the journal prompt is, what is your relationship with yourself and how can you change it? So, what is your relationship with yourself and how can you change it? My relationship with myself is basically, I feel like I sabotage a lot about myself. I say things that I don't want to do, then I end up doing, and I just let my conscience control everything, then like going with my gut feeling, and that I do things to make other people happy, but I don't do things to make myself happy, and that I don't know how to detach myself from a situation or from an environment, or I let people talk to me a certain way. And how to change all of that is to just focus on me, stand up for myself, and all of that. But let's just get into this chapter, not chapter, but into this episode, because it's 10:21 and I want to be finished in the next few minutes by 10:35 so I can finish getting ready, put on my scrubs after this, and pack my lunch and make my lunch, my coffee. Not my lunch, but pack my lunch, make my coffee, and head out the door. I already have like my moisturizer on and my deodorant on. I just gotta put on my scrubs, my perfume, and my shoes. I'm wearing this red bow with my scrubs. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's like poking out right here on the right. But yeah. So where have I been lately? Why haven't I been posting episodes? And I'm ending this podcast. You probably are like thinking so many questions right now. And thank you. Before I even get to this topic, but thank you for 1K listeners. I want to say thank you to everyone who listened to You Against You podcast. Also, before we get to this question, don't forget to follow You Against You podcast on Instagram and TikTok at You Against You by Deja. You can also follow me on my personal Instagram and TikTok, which is Deja underscore Nicole underscore, and my author and book talk slash bookstagram. My author book talk and author Instagram is at author Deja Scribner, and then my bookstagram slash book talk is it Deja Cozy Corner for both. So I will have all the links down in the show notes for y'all to go follow, check them out. I'm actually going to post soon on my bookstagram and author social media pages. And also, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a rating and review. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are listening to this on Spotify, don't forget to leave a comment and a rating. And yes, I will start back with the guided meditations, hopefully starting next week on Tuesday and Thursday. So stay tuned for all of those things. So back to the question though, is why haven't I posted a new episode lately? Am I okay? And that's what y'all going to hear. So I haven't posted an episode, and where have I been? I have been at work. Um if I have to like say that very bluntly, but I really have been at work lately, and my job is very stressful. I stand all day. I have a manager. I used to have two managers. I actually have used to have three, but now I have two, but one is not here because he hurt himself. So I have one manager who doesn't really like our employees that much, who's very fake, like you can tell. But my job has been very stressful. I also work in a toxic environment with toxic coworkers. So when I'm working in a toxic environment and when I come home, I do not think about what I'm posting on my YouTube or social medias or podcasts. I literally just eat if I really feel like eating, and then I go to sleep and I take my shower the next day because I don't really have the motivation to do anything. I don't even exercise. I don't really take care of my mental health since working this job, and it's really sad to say that out loud. I literally told my therapist that last week. It was either last week or Monday of this week. And I told her, I was like, my job has been very stressful and I don't have the motivation to do things that I really love doing because it's that toxic, and working in a toxic environment can really drain you. So, yeah. So, am I okay just talking about that? Yes, I am okay, but I feel like inside mentally I am not okay. And it's it's funny because at work I do have anxiety attacks and I do have health scares and I do show that out sometimes, but no, I'm not okay. And I think it's this job. I am looking for more jobs that have a better pay but shorter schedule, and that I have the weekends actually free so I can do things like editing, record, relax, read, write, do all of that things because I don't feel like I can do anything. But lately I have been trying to get back into reading. I need to finish my February TBR. It's like the 21st or 22nd of February. That's no good. I also have been playing on my Switch because I have gotten a Switch lately. So, yeah. My next question is things that are happening with this podcast, and will I continue with this podcast? Yes, I will continue with this podcast, things that's happening with this podcast. So I'm planning to do a wellness event, but I might do it and push it into the fall or winter of this year than the spring just because I have more time to plan it. I want to do events with this podcast. I want to get more guests on this podcast. Yes, season 4 is happening. Season 4 is going to be all about what this chapter is called in your life. So basically how to do better habits and how to change your mindset and how to better yourself and things that you can do that you will love, like hobbies. I feel like everyone should be doing. How to, start a new chapter in your life when you feel stuck, and that it is okay to always start a new chapter in your life than just waiting until you enter a relationship or enter parenthood or all of that. So that's what season 4 is going to be all about. So yeah, season 4 is happening. This podcast is continuing. I'm actually going to start posting on the podcast social medias more often, probably besides podcast clips and stuff, like post maybe 3 times a week. That is my goal. Just remember, y'all have to like stick with me and all. But things for this podcast, I really do see this podcast growing. Like I said, I have hit 1K listens. The last episode that I posted was a guest episode. So, and that was like, I think back in December of last year, and it's February of 2025. So I have just been in a rut lately. I have been not myself lately, and that is not okay. Now, things that are happening in my life, and then we're going to talk about how to get out of a rut. So things that are happening in my life is I got a car. I don't drive the car because I got to register the car, but I got a car. I am single, but I still going on dates if I really feel like it. I am looking for new jobs. I am writing a novel. I am just trying to focus on me and my mental health, and sometimes I lack that because it's my head and my mind is jumbled with so many things. But my life so far is good. I want to get back closer to God soon, so I'll probably start that this weekend or even later tonight. I want to get back into working out, so I'm planning to make a new workout plan for me to be consistent with, and that is something that I'm ready to do is to just better myself and focus on the present and my future than focusing on my past, because I have realized that I have been focusing on my past. I've been focusing on people who walked out my life, and that is not okay. I've been focusing on trying to fix things with other people when, to be honest, when it's done. And that's just me. That's just how I am, and sometimes I hate that. So, yeah. Now, how to get out of a rut. So, the first thing is, because we're kind of shifting gears into this episode, and like I said, I've been not myself. I have been getting in a rut, but sometimes you have to do things to get out of a rut. One is take action. Make a to-do list. See what you need to do in your life to transform yourself. So, work out. How many times you want to work out a week? How many hours? What type of workouts? You can also make a to-do list on things you want to declutter, because I feel like when you are in a rut, you really have a lot of things that are cluttered. Do a brain dump, because when you're in a rut, you are having all this stuff in your mind, and it's literally stopping you for thinking other things that you should be thinking of. Another thing to take action is to ask yourself what or who is in your life that shouldn't be in your life. So, yeah. Next thing is organize your space, reorganize your room, your house, a place in your room or your house, your car, your I don't know, closet. Spring is on its way, so you probably want to do a little spring cleaning in your closet. Talking about that, I might have to do that because spring is on its way, but it doesn't feel like it's on its way. Next one is meditating. So yes, I will be posting meditations on my YouTube, on the You Against You YouTube, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you have any meditation like topics, please let me know, but not but please let me know if you have any meditation topics that you want me to do. But meditating really helps you clear your mind, clear your surroundings, clear whatever you're thinking, and it can actually help you stay calm for the rest of the day. Next is journaling. I am thinking if I should still make my guided journal. I don't know. I have been putting it on hold, but I will probably ask y'all on Instagram if I should. But journaling really does help, no matter if it's just you writing on a piece of paper in a notebook and you are brain dumping or talking about your day, or you're using a guided journal. I miss journaling. I want to get back starting with journaling because I used to journal like every single day. So I have like two guided journals, and I want to start writing in them again because it really does help me feel somewhat put together when I journal, because I'm writing something on a piece of paper. Next thing is to just switch things up. Literally, if you're in a rut, it can probably be something, or your reason why you're in a rut, because of something that's going on or what you're doing in your life that is putting you in this rut that you got yourself in, this hole that you put yourself in. So when you switch things up, changing habits and doing things differently that can help you get out of the rut, it really help you change your perspective into life and of life. So if you put yourself in a hole, that is your rut that you put yourself. So try to ask yourself, what am I doing that is putting me in this rut, or is putting me in this hole that I dig for myself? What are some things that I can change about myself to get myself up, to get myself out of this rut and this hole that I have dug for myself? The next thing is knowing when to take a break. I kid you not, this job has put me in a rut. That's one of my things that I have realized. And yesterday I called out. It wasn't that bad then on today's Friday? So on Wednesday, because I was off on Tuesday. So it wasn't that bad then on Wednesday, then yesterday. But I told my manager, I was like, I'm not coming into work because of roads, because some roads where I live, especially my neighborhood, still had ice on it. And got I just knew that maybe taking a 3 day break was good for me. I really don't care if the pay, how much money is out my paycheck. It's just something that I realized that I needed, because especially for my mental health and also my physical health as someone who has a heart condition, that much stress can really, really put you in a hole, and it will get you in this hole forever, and it will be hard to get out of this hole. And I just literally read for a bit. I hate that I didn't have the motivation to read, but I think now, talking about this in an episode, I want to get back into reading, and I'm going to read all my books by the end of this week, by Sunday. So, but I just realized that sometimes rest is all you need, and when you need the rest, take the rest. And sometimes that rest is what your body is yearning for, is what your body is telling you to do, and same thing with your mind. And sometimes you have to listen to your body. The next thing is to do some self-care. I love doing some sheet masks before I go to work, just because it helps me brighten up my day. On the weekend, sometimes I like to do clay masks. Reading is self-care. Any hobbies that you have is a form of self-care. When I play on my Switch, besties, I tell you, when I play on my Switch is a form of self-care to me. When I play on my Switch, it's a form of self-care to me, just because I'm unwinding, and I love playing on my Animal Crossing. I have a Cooking Mama game, an Animal Crossing game, a Disney game, and another like cute cozy bakery game. So I just love that. And when I read or watch TV, that's a form of self-care. Or when I write, is a form of self-care. And also when I play Sims on my laptop, it's a form of self-care for me. So self-care doesn't always have to do getting your nails done or getting your toes done or getting a facial or a massage. It can be little hobbies that you like doing. But yes, I did get my nails done, and I love them, and that was a form of self-care that I needed on a Tuesday because I had a stressful week. The previous week I was pissed off, stressed out, pissed off, stressed out, literally. And that's why I feel like my job is not for me, and that it's time for me to move on to a new job. The next thing is to move your body. So do some stretches, do a little Pilates. This can be going to a Pilates class or going to like a little like moving type class, Zumba, bar, or you can find YouTube videos of a workout, Pilates, Zumba on YouTube. I actually want to start back working out starting next week and doing at home Pilates, just because I love what it does to my body, how it makes my body feels, but also moving your body really does help boost your energy, boost your mood, and actually helps you get less stressed out and actually help remove that stress from your body. Even though yes, your body will ache, but that's a good thing sometimes. So yeah, move your body. It's good for your health, it's good for your mental health, and it's also good for your emotional health. And then the last thing before I close on this episode, because I said this will be a short episode, is to learn how to be gentle with yourself. And I feel like a lot of people don't know this, but learning how to be gentle with yourself would be the best thing that you can ever do. Learn how to know when your body is tired and things that you can do to help that. Learn how to de-stress in a positive way. Learn how to remove yourself in a negative situation. Learn how to rest or know when to rest and to not always work, work, work. Because let me tell you this, me working on my job is reason why I'm not always gentle with myself, and I want to learn how to be gentle with myself. Maybe I'll do an episode on how to be gentle with yourself if you want that. But learning how to be gentle with yourself is something that you can do, and it's the best thing that you can do, because at the end of the day, it's you, yourself, and you. Like, it's like I tell myself, it's me, myself, and I. it will always be me, myself, and I when it comes to the end of the day, because you can only focus on you. You shouldn't always want to focus on other people, because once you focus on other people, you will soon lose focus on yourself. And that is something that I'm learning, and I'm hope that is something that you are learning as well. But let's just close on this episode. I told you it would be a short episode. I'm about to move all my equipment to the point that my brother won't knock it over after I take my thumbnail picture and then put on my scrubs, pack, and skedaddle. So the final thing is, again, the quote of the day is, the easy way won't bring you up to the top, neither will shortcuts. You will have to be willing to undertake the entire journey if you want to reach the destination you dream of. Affirmation of the day is, I harness my potential to create an amazing chapter in my life. And again, the journal prompt of the day is, what is your relationship with yourself and how can you change it? So again, you can follow You Against You podcast on Instagram and TikTok at youagainstyouPod.byDeja. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a rating and review. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are listening to this on Spotify, don't forget to leave a rating and a comment. All my other social medias will be in the show notes down below, but you can follow my main Instagram, which is Deja_Nicole_. And remember, it will be you against you, not you against the world. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. We're going to be back posting on every Sundays. I am telling myself that because that is so true. I will start posting on Sundays, and I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.